All right, folks, I'm up early, you know what I mean? And we're pulling on our bootstraps and we're getting our gear on to go into the cesspool that is the Stephan Stearns emails. You know what I'm saying? I slept with that shit on my mind. I woke up ready to do it because this is some nasty work, folks. It causes trauma. So all of you guys who've been listening to these emails, cleanse yourself afterwards to just try to, sage your energy a little bit. But anyways, we got some Stephan Stearns, man. And previously on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, he was begging his dad for the third time or the fourth, not too sure, begging daddy to find the mouse droid because if you find the mouse droid, you'll find the watch. You remember that, right? So daddy needs to find this mouse droid. And the mouse droid is actually a popcorn receptacle that they make different sizes for. That type of shit. Nerdy ass shit. He was begging his dad to find that shit so hard. And I bet you they found it and just didn't even say nothing to him. That's the type of shit I would do. I'll leave his ass stressing. Well, knowing damn well I found it, sold it, and made the money off that shit a month ago. But anyway, let's move forward. So Chris Stearns responds, and this time, instead of it being actually Chris Stearns, it's his mom. And they kind of go around the whole mouse droid thing because they know he's just going to beg for it every 2 days. So she responds, "Hi, Stefan. I read Dad's comments, so I won't repeat stuff except we have had our first stand and snack with the pups, and it was a Kodak moment. You know Kodak Black? They are getting so big and lots of kissy pups. They crave the attention. Absolutely fabulous. I'd love to have the chance to sit on the beach and watch the sun go down with you and Chris." Why does it feel like they're lovers, bro? Why does it feel like Stefan's fucking his... Anyways, shit sounds crazy to say out loud. Why does it sound like two lovers writing in a love triangle? Like, oh, I love Chris, but I wish you were still there. Oh my God, heart. I don't know. Something's just odd about their relationship in general. It is always wonderful. To say I miss my son is an understatement. To say that I do not condone anything that occurred is also an understatement. I will never not love you, and the naysayers and the wannabe YouTube investigators can think what they want, and more power to them. This is our life, not theirs, as they say. Them and the horse they rode in on. Got the book request from you. The card expired and I forgot to update my account with my new card, so the orders were canceled. I'm sorry. Please take a minute to send me a list of what you've gotten so I'll know what to add back into the order. I'm glad they got the butterscotch candies. Would be nice if you got a chance at our sour fruit ones or if they have peppermint or coffee. Even cinnamon would be good. Too bad they don't have coffee flavors, and we aren't allowed to send you anything except apparently at Christmas and on your birthday. Maybe Easter, but you have the best people there to ask about that. Now, I did want to point this out because I did a little research. I think the jail systems, they only do this because people get things sent into jail like meth. Well, let's just say drugs in general, contraband, weapons. There's this story about this guy who snuck shit into his prison cell with a birthday cake. So, Stephan Stearns is not really the most prison savvy person, but I believe those are just straight across the rules for everybody, so nothing can get in. Because who knows? You have parents like Stephan Stearns' parents. They would probably bend or break the law to try to help their shitty ass son out. They would probably send some shit that he's not supposed to have. And to avoid that, the prisons just shut that shit down completely. It would come from Amazon or a manufacturer, so please find out. Nothing that would spoil or melt. So chocolate might be out. Oh, she meant might. So chocolate might be out of the question when the time comes. Did you get the origami book? And if so, how are you doing with it? People don't know the person that you are without all the bad stuff. We didn't know that side of you, so it's hard to separate the two people living in your head. Now, listen, that same thing, I said this in the last video. I said that Stephan Stearns' parents are having a really hard time separating the little boy that they know and the psychopath that he's turned into, or the molesty fucking weirdo that he's turned into. They can't let that reality sink. She said this. She literally said, people don't know the person that you are without all the bad stuff. What the fuck does that mean? I'm human. That means I have good and bad traits. And you get me as one package, the good with the bad. How are we all of a sudden splitting my atoms in half, tearing my fibers apart, and splitting the good and putting let's just put the bad over there. Let's put the assholiness. Let's put all the negative things about AG Tactical over there. That's not reality, bro. She's talking like, oh, people just don't know the good. Bro, you did enough bad to overshadow the good. I promise you. I promise. You did more bad than good in the story. You did the R word, more bad than good. It's quite simple, bro. Oh, no, but he gave food to the homeless people for months during community service 10 years ago. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, we know a kind, loving, affectionate, personable man who can also be stubborn and willful. But who isn't? Certainly not anyone I know. LOL. Dad is anxious for me to finish this up so he can send it to you and so I can get the book titles and go from there and get you stocked up again. Love you, moms. No, Dad's trying to get you off the computer because those porn websites are backing things up and he doesn't want you to accidentally click on one of them. That's the real reason he's trying to get you off that bitch. Let's move forward. So Stephan Stearns responds, right? Hits her back up. Mommy, I love you. Let's see what he had to say. To Mom, it's good to hear from you. I got the origami book and have been working on it. There is a list of other ones on the flap of it, and it looks interesting, like dragons and other fantastic creatures in origami by John Montrall, or Favorite Animal in Origami, also by John Montrall. As for a list of books you have already sent me that I already received, they are as follows: The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Howling trilogy, Ready Player One, Dragon Teeth, Congo, Sphere, Timeline Eaters of the Dead Jurassic Park. Timeline Eaters of the Dead. He's not putting commas. Jurassic Park, The Lost World. That's what I have so far, aside from the Sudoku book and the Easy Origami and Complete Book of Origami that you also sent. I messaged Dad earlier about adding Player 2 to my list. It's a sequel of Ready Player One. Oh my God, really? It's a sequel? I didn't know that, Stefan. I couldn't use context clues of like Ready Player One, Ready Player Two. Whoa, it's a sequel. Oh my fucking shit. That's crazy. Let's get it, Stefan. How much is that? Another $50? Like, come on, bro. This shit crazy. See what I'm saying? $12 on Amazon, $17 at Barnes & Nobles. Listen, he's running them pockets. Those pockets are being ran, ladies and gentlemen. No, make no mistake about it. But let's continue. I messaged Dad earlier about adding Ready Player 2 to my list since it's the sequel of Ready Player 1. And as far as Michael Crichton books, there are only a few left that I still want, such as the Adornment, blah, blah, blah strain, the Pirate Latitudis, Micro Twister, The Great Train Robbery, all that other fuck shit. I think some of those are already on the wish list I sent you, but Pirate Latitudes and Micro seem like they would be especially interesting. Do you still have my wish list of the other titles? Some of the CEOs apparently think I'm a bit mysterious, as I seem to spend all day just reading and keeping to myself. LOL. You're not mysterious. And they don't think you're mysterious. They think you're a pussy, and they're evaluating you, making little comments about how you're not going to make it in prison. That's what they're doing. They think I'm mysterious. I read anime. No, it's not what's happening, bro. It's not what's happening. I know that's how the main anime protagonist arc usually goes. Oh, he's so mysterious, but that's only in the comic books, you fucking creep. Okay? So just keep that in mind, folks. He's the mysterious man in town now. Okay. So now we got Chris Stearns responding, still the same day, pretty early in the evening. He says, "Great to hear from you. So you are being a quiet, mysterious person? Well, not all that strange. You have always liked to read and create things artistically. Keep your mind sharp and body fit. When you do that, it helps pass the time so you don't dwell 24/7 on life as you know it. I will order a few books in the next few minutes. You have support out here, and we love you, Mom and Dad." I mean, it's just so sad. It's kind of like sad. It's kind of sad to think that these fucking people are going to go their entire lives just supporting fuck shit. It's kind of like, damn. It's kind of like those people who like fall for the pyramid schemes and shit. I went to a pyramid scheme meeting one time, and I guess my IQ was a little too high because I was like, this is bullshit. But anyways, I went to the meeting, and you see some people like really just, oh my God, so if I get it, if I purchase it, and then I get like 3 more other people to purchase it, and then they also, oh my God, we can really get rich. Like, and you know those type of people, you can't tell them anything. You can't tell them a single thing. They're hook, line, and sinker. They're going to it. They're going with it to the end. That's kind of how it seems like with Stephan Stearns' parents. It's like they bought into the fucking pyramid scheme. And the pyramid scheme is Stephan Stearns. It's just, oh, but if you do this and if you do that and if we do this and we pull that up, then I'll be free. Then I'll be free. But Daddy, remember, I need those books to stay sane. It's a damn shame. So now we have Chris Stearns double messaging. He says, "Ordered today. Won't tell you what I ordered. We'll keep it a surprise so you have something to look forward to. 5 are supposed to arrive Tuesday, 1 earlier, the 29th or the 30th, another on the 30th or the 2nd. Basically by the end of next week." Then we have Stearns responds, "Thank you. And I love you too. Both of you. Like you, I also wish we could watch the sunset at the beach together. And God willing, perhaps we will still may have that chance. I continue to hope for that sort of thing. I pray for it. And I encourage you both to do the same. I try to stay positive. I will continue hoping for a chance to be reunited with my family until such time as it either happens or there is no hope left for it to ever happen." Bro, I'm more so leaning on the no hope for it to ever happen side of things, bro. And this is just an objective opinion. Let's not even enter how everybody feels about Stefan. Bruh, CSAM case, thousands of pictures, fucked. Strangulation, little girl, all those keywords, fucked. You get any jury from across this country. I don't care if they from California, Florida, goddamn Alaska. You get any jury member of any age, any race, they're going to convict you, sir. I mean, fuck it. You don't even have to really go through jury selection that crazy. Just let them all in. 12. We need 12 people. You look, you, and then let's do this thing. The fuck? You don't even need jury selection. Just grab the first 12 people you see on the street. That hope keeps me going for now. I know this process is set to take a while, and I'm not 100% certain what to expect at this moment. And why I'm hopeful, I also understand that I have to temper that hope. It's entirely possible to be convicted of a crime you have not actually committed. It happens to people all the time. No need for you to comment on that point. I'm not referring to anything specifically, just stating general fact. Either way, the odds are not 0% for anything at that point. Time will tell. We will see soon enough what the situation will be. Just stay positive. Give the pups plenty of love for me, and give Kissy plenty of pets and praise and treats for being such a good mama dog. Let me know which books you have just ordered so I know what to look out for. And if you like, I can give you some titles from my remaining wish list to place the highest priority on and choose for future orders. Hugs and love to both of you. All right, so now we got Big Chris responding. Big C, you know what I mean? He hit Stephan back. It is Lacey. I think Stella will be bred to Lucky, Diesel's sire. After finishing health testing and x-rays, she is now 2. Wish you could get a dose of puppy breath. I will stay hopeful and positive. I hope there will be a time for a visit, even on video. Hard to even think of leaving for 6 to 7 hours, even without puppies. Such is life with animals of any kind, but cats. They are very well bit to be self-sufficient for a long day. Stay strong. So I think his dad is just talking some dog shit. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're doing x-rays, and Lucky and Diesel are about to breed, and Diesel's sire is Lacey, and all types of random shit. I don't know. I don't really know the dog world, but in terms of breeding. But I did read in the comments that those poodles that they're breeding go for like $1,800. I did not know that. So maybe this is their lifeline also to have money flowing. Not even maybe. Clearly, this is extra money that they need. So now I kind of understand the obsession of these dogs because they're mad expensive. $1,800? What? Huh? I don't even know if that's true. I just saw in the comments that they're pretty expensive. So I was like, oh, that's where that Stephan money is coming from. But let's move forward. So Stephan responds to his little daddy. He says, oh, I see. Well, keep your secrets then if you want to be mysterious. LOL. They're talking about the books that his dad didn't tell him the titles to. I look forward to the surprises, and I appreciate all that you do. Lacey, of course. I don't know why I had a sudden brain fart. It must have been because you had mentioned Kissy. It looks like it's about time for another haircut and beard trim for me. My beard looks like one of those old woolly willow toys where you use the magnetic pin to pull the iron dust around and make hair and beard on a guy's face, but put it all on his face. Well, the tablet system shuts off at 4:30 for shift change, so I will have to sign off for now. But I will try to get another tablet again soon. Much love and hugs to you both, and TTYL. Yeah, I mean, just a wonderful father-son conversation, man. Like, just a wonderful banter between father and son after his son did the worst shit imaginable. You know, you love to see that shit. You love to see that family ties remain strong. Chris Stearns responds, TTFN. And somebody, a lot of y'all in the comments, let me know what TTFN stands for. Tata for now. Please jump out of a window. Stephan Stearns responds 3 days later on the 23rd. It's his father's 73rd birthday, you know, running them dry on his birthday. Hey, happy birthday. The tablet is going to die soon, but I wanted to message you and send my wishes. Then his dad responds, you know, fairly soon. Chris says, hey, sorry, I just picked up the message. I've been in meetings all afternoon. Thank you for the birthday wish. Hey, your mom and I were talking the other day about our growing up as teenagers with our respective parents and how wacky it was for your mother growing up. My parents were divorced, so I didn't have the same issues. As you know, I played sports, work, kind of raised myself. I'm curious, what were your impressions growing up as a teenager with us? We hear that some people feel we are the cause of your crimes. Crazy, huh? What's your take on that? And I feel like this is the self-reflection that every parent in this situation is going to have to go through. Hopefully you're not part of that club. But if you have a piece of shit, god-awful son, you know, it doesn't take an outside force to be like, you're shitty parents. No, you're going to start thinking like, were we the cause to this? Did we have something to do with this? Well, guess what, Chris? Y'all are kind of the same person to me anyway. You are 100% part of the cause. Now, you can't control a 40-year-old man, but the way you coddled him out of his teen years into his adulthood and never stopped that pipeline, you are the sole reason as to why he has the issues he has, why he's such a pussy. You guys pussified him. It's your fault. You said it yourself. I played sports. I worked, kind of raised myself. Did Stefan play sports? Did you force him to work? Did you make him make some dinner for himself, kind of raise himself? No, it's your fucking fault. I don't know why they're so confused, and it's like, Stefan, we couldn't cause yeah, you're the reason. You're the reason. You created a fucking pussy who developed a habit for nasty, disgusting shit. Because it didn't start this way. He probably saw some young girl shit years ago, like when he was a teenager, and that shit festered into adulthood. That's your fault. I'm not the one to point fingers, but it's you. Oh my God. Hold on. So I was moving on, scrolling through, getting ready to read my next paragraph. And guess who we see? Lisa Houston. Isn't that the same woman who he was intrigued by? What the fuck did I tell you guys? I think it's Lisa Houston. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm not going to scroll way the fuck back up. I told you he was going to answer that. I told you, and he's not going to tell his parents about it. I told you, it's intriguing. No. He didn't say that. It's perplexing that they're so, what was the word? They're so persistent. Yeah, Stefan's a dumbass. He has that Wade juice flowing through his brain. But anyways, let's see what Lisa had to say. Lisa, how you doing, sweetie? We knew we were going to see you sooner or later. How you doing? Hi, how are you doing? Hope you don't mind me writing you. I'm sure you could do with a friend. Seen your pictures online and you look like a very... Oh, Lord. Do we have a Stephen Stearns fan club? Nah, no. Bro, I lost my own bet. I said there's no way on the planet that Stefan's going to find himself a girlfriend, but it keeps happening every single time. From the time you have people like Paul Ferguson finding love in prison, all things are possible. All things are possible. I swear for God, bro. What is going on? Anyways, let's get into this. I'll be quiet. Seen your pictures online and you look like a very attractive man. I see you like gaming. Me too. I love Pokemon Go. What about GTA? I love that too. Though mostly drive knocking cops down, trying to get 5 stars than anything else. LOL. Do you play that? I live in the UK. I was in Florida last year. No, I'm not going to. I can't do the fucking UK shit. I can't do the UK accent. For the first time. Loved it. All right, I'm done. Would you like to go again next year? I just need to start saving. Okay, I'm done. I'm actually done. It's so expensive to go from here. We'll write you more next time if you're interested in keeping in touch. Take care. Lisa XX. I don't know what the fuck is that. Lisa's hitting your boy up, asking him about GTA. One thing I will say, that sounds like a fucking scam. That sounds scamaricious. That sounds very fishy. Girls don't just text you saying they like video games too. That's called a man. Okay? So now we have Stephen Stearns chopping it up with his dad. I don't know if he's seen that message yet, but he's chopping it up with his pops. Let's see what's going on. Hey, just got the tablet. Hope you had a peaceful and enjoyable birthday. In answering your question, well, it's an interesting question and obviously a complex thing. Growing up with you both was a mixture of things. It wasn't always sunshine and rainbows, of course, but it wasn't always rain clouds either. There were plenty of good times and good things, or at least I have some good memories. But if you are asking for anything that was not a happy memory, I can give a general rundown of that, at least from my perspective without getting too far into any great detail. My brother, there we go. So he does have a brother 100%. My brother left pretty early for the reasons we already know. And I remember what life was like before he left in my early years. I forgot about that. Hold on. I forgot. He did have it. We do know Stefan has a brother because even his friends talked about it. All his friends almost unanimously said that the brother hated the family. Like, he knew that the family was fucking garbage and he got out as soon as possible. Shout out the only Stern that probably isn't Stearns anymore. Shout out the only Stearns that had a fucking brain. Shout him out. I hope he's doing wonderful in life. I hope he got himself some new mommies and new daddies through his girlfriend or his wife or some shit. Because this family, I'm all for family, but this is one of them families that I don't blame you for getting the fuck out. Get the fuck out as soon as possible. Good for him. The times he would run away, etc. The fights between you and mom, too. The heavy-handed discipline from her, paired with the verbal and emotional aspects as well. While on the flip side, you seem to have a somewhat more cool and perhaps even detached demeanor. You've never seemed overly sentimental about anything. The general feeling of instability that was always present, the constant struggle, the constant moving around every couple of years, never really being able to put roots down anywhere, never having friends for very long, always having to start over somewhere new just when I feel like I've settled where we were. Now, I mean, I can't empathize, but I can understand what he's saying, but I don't empathize. Bitch, what are you talking about? I grew up struggling with my parents my whole childhood. The fuck? What are you talking about? Moving from year to year, this, that, the other. They were arguing, whatever you want to say. The little sad story that everybody wants to fucking play, right? I'm not out here touching, you know what I mean? I'm not out here touching little, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here watching underage girls doing, you know what I'm saying? So what the fuck are you talking about? This is not justification. Everybody grew up middle class or poor-ish, like a lot of people. You would be surprised how many people who are rich right now were poor as fuck as a kid growing up. It's just called life, brother. You know? So you can't blame that shit. This is normal shit. This is normal as fuck. Oh, my brother ran away. Oh, so traumatizing. Oh, we were in middle-class family and we had a decent house and we had to move every once in a while because dad was struggling. Man, get the fuck out of here. Go to fucking a third world country and stay there for a couple of weeks. Maybe you'll see some perspective. Oh, and the whole thing about friends. I almost forgot that part. The whole thing about friends, bro. It doesn't matter if you're passing through, moving, coming back. If you're cool enough of a person, you're going to always have friends when you run into that area. Clearly, Stephan didn't have no friends because he was a weirdo. It's not because he moved around and shit. You might be more detached to the idea of a true friend, but if you're a cool person, you will make friends as you move around. It's just what, I mean, it's just 1 + 1 = what? Exactly. It always felt like I was just passing through wherever I was, and everyone else was just passing through my life. I never had a hometown. I don't have any best friends from childhood. I've never gone to any class reunions or had any reason to. I never knew anyone or stayed anywhere long enough to bother. There seemed to have been a lot of turmoil and constant upheaval throughout my growing up, which is likely why I have been a loner most of my life. I never had the chance to settle in and truly establish myself until we finally moved back here when I was 18. And I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to leave the West Coast at all. Perhaps that has contributed in some way to me being so dependent on you guys for so long. But I don't know. Yeah, at least he's somewhat self-aware that he's so dependent on them. It's disgusting. And you know what? Maybe that time in California, you know, it's Cali. It's the Wild West. Maybe that time in California is what really fucked him up. He wasn't able to handle the sex appeal surrounding him everywhere. So he fell down the wrong path. What a fucking weirdo. Maybe my mind just refused to commit to settling down in Florida. But I didn't have any means or skills to get my own. When I look back on my life, I do feel a great deal of disappointment and regret. I don't lay all of it on your feet. And I don't fully blame either of you either. Some of it was my own fault as well. Just not trying harder or ever communicating to finding my path in life, not taking good advice, and not just striking out on my own, come what may, I supposed. I was afraid of being untethered and on my own and facing the possibility of failure. But that attitude really only guaranteed a more total and complete failure in the long run. I'm talking, yes, sir. Yes, 100%. Like, the self reflection is on point. You fucked yourself over because you wanted to be tethered to your middle class parents. Why not do a little bit better? Why not make something of yourself? Possibly, maybe, fuck it. Maybe. Or maybe I won't be nothing, but at least I tried. What a pussy. Maybe it was just the fear of failure. And this is why some people just need to get kicked out the fucking house. Get the fuck out. Get a job at Target. And figure that shit out. Okay? Because then at that point, it might activate some shit on you. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what kind of effect all these things have on a person growing up, but I imagine there is some kind of effect, whatever it may be. Either way, we all have made some types of mistake on our own ends, in our own ways. And of course, who knows what lasting effects was caused by being run over when I was so little and suffering brain trauma. Obviously, there was some behavioral issues that persisted long after that, and I'm sure that is another contributing factor to my development as well. That whole thing about getting hit by a car, fuck him. Shut the fuck up. Well, you have seizures and shit every once in a while. Shut the fuck up. You seize up every once in a while. That's bullshit. Your behavior changed because you were a fucking weirdo, and that's who you were. You can't change who you are. Shit. You still having long-lasting seizures up until 40, Stefan? Fuck out of here, bro. Kiss my ass crack with all of that shit. And I got ran over by... You know how much brain damage, how much brain trauma, I should say, I've received? Oh, I got a lot. That's why I got splotches in my eyes and shit. I got stories. Brain injuries all fucking day. So, you know, my behavior should be pretty fucked up right now. I'm just saying. You see this? Where is it? You see this scar and shit? Like, that's one of like 10. And that shit was gnarly too. Like, come on. Like, come on, dude. Anyways, I guess there isn't really any good one thing to blame. We are all the sum of our experiences. Ooh, that's deep. Aristotle speaking. There were many good memories too, and some very good times. It wasn't all rain clouds, as I said, and I always had the roof over my head and food on the table, clothes on my back. You always worked hard and tirelessly to provide for us, and you still do, which he shouldn't. I love you both very much and have always been strongly attached to my family. I'm proud of you in a lot of ways, and you and Mom did the best you could. The only ways you knew how, just like everyone else in their own respective situations. We are all just trying our own ways to get through. Obviously, you and Mom had your own share of interesting childhood memories with your own respective parents, and those experiences had their own lasting effects on you both. Now he's their psychologist, folks. He's their fucking psychologist. Somebody hire Stephan Stearns. Because he needs to shrink you and figure that trauma out, because they had long-lasting effects on you both, whether you're aware of them or not. These things all have a trickle-down effect from generation to generation. And things like pain and trauma can also be passed down through the years. And your parents had their own fair share of pain and trauma too. That seems to be the way of life for many people. Some have it worse than others. But as to what effect any of this has in regards to my current situation, I can't really say. I don't know for certain. I'm not a licensed psychologist, but there are plenty of research and literature on these subjects available to anyone with access to a search engine and the desire to learn more about it. I don't know if that is the answer you're looking for, and obviously, this is all from my own perspective and point of view, which might be much different from yours and Mom's. As I said, I don't fully lay blame on either of you because I made my own share of mistakes and I had my own problems, which you both did your best to deal with. And whoa, this is a long sentence. And I know I gave you both plenty of grief along the way, too. Okay, the sentence is done now. Holy shit. especially after my auto accident and the brain injury. All right, I'm done. I'm done reading this for today. I'm gonna hit you guys later. Stephan Stearns is the pussiest pussy in the land of pussies. Like, I've been saying this, he's the softest, he's the most bitched out, he's the most manipulated, he's the most everything bad. This shit, we just read a pile of slop, basically. I couldn't even say multiple paragraphs of slop because it's all one shoved paragraph into one. And the dog needs to go pee, so I'm gonna get up out of here. But wait, sit. It's kind of interesting to see that Stephan Stearns has some sort of reflection going on there. He's somewhat aware that he's the problem, but he always wants to kind of start pushing it out to other people because why? His parents raised him that way. His parents raised him to think in that way. If something's wrong, look outward to find the issue before looking inward. That's what it seems like to me. But anyways, dog is growling at me. Gotta take her to go pee. Stay inside, stay safe. I love you guys. We're gonna go live tomorrow. Shout you out. Peace. I'm out.